Well, hello, you watery bitches. How are you, Cancer? I'm back. We're going to do your reading for November 2018. I apologize for being gone for a while. I have a bad habit about pushing myself too hard, too long, too far, not taking care of myself. And so I got a mandatory timeout from the good old universe and got pretty sick. So I'm feeling a little bit better, and we're going to do your reading. For the overall energy, we are going to use the i-ching deck. For those of you who aren't familiar with i-ching, it is all about the book of change, and that the only thing in life that is ever guaranteed is that there will be change. So you guys have card 41. A simple sacrifice. Evaporation decreases water in the lake and disperses it upon the mountain. It is the nature of the lake to give of itself for the benefit of something greater. When one makes a simple sacrifice for the well-being of another, the decrease brings no shame. Letting go of what has fulfilled its usefulness is another form of decrease that leads to success. When one makes a simple sacrifice for the well-being of another, letting go of what has fulfilled its usefulness. We might use the analogy of how the Goodwill came about. Sometimes our closets become too full, or we would like to make room for a new wardrobe, or we have had weight loss. And while all of the products and all of the clothing are still useful, they are still doing their job, they still function as they should, we don't need them anymore. And so it's kind of like one man's trash is another man's treasure, but this card focuses on how sometimes when we let go of things, it not only benefits someone else, but it also benefits us. It could be as simple as freeing up some hangers in your closet, but it could also be to share your story and to release the pain, release the burdens, release that story you've been telling yourself, that you've been telling everyone else about yourself. And it's through that story that others gain strength or understanding, or maybe the courage to share their own story, right? Then card number 2 from your spirit guides comes from the surrender deck. And you guys have surrender to silence. In quiet meditation or contemplation, let go and enter the stillness within. Silence can heal and replenish you. We don't always need counseling sessions 3 times a week, or to put out a public service announcement on Facebook asking for advice or prayers or input. Sometimes all you need is silence. And in that silence, we can quiet our mind and we can quiet our surroundings so that we can really hear the messages, the advice, the encouragement, the answers that we seek from our guides. We have 2 cards from the Native Spirit deck, and that is Spirit of Fire and then Spirit Keeper of the South. I want you guys to realize how much of the orange and the red and the yellow and the pink are in just that center section of the screen right now. It speaks quite a bit about needing to maybe balance our root chakras and our sacral chakras and then the solar plexus. But with the Spirit of Fire, this card is all about facing your fears. And just because something has always played out as it has in the past, that doesn't mean that it is a requirement for it to play out in the same fashion in the future. Another aspect of this card to remember as well is thinking about fire. Fire can either keep you warm or it can burn your house down. So while this encourages you to face your fears and take some risks, you also have to do this in moderation, just not guns blazing. Spirit Keeper of the South. Take a moment and just take in that card for a second. Do you see how bright that sun shines? And if we look real close, we can tell that there's trees in the background, but we can't really see necessarily how many if we were to be asked to count how many trees are in the background. We can't tell if there are deer or bears or another person standing there. And that's kind of how the process of expansion goes, right? We know we're growing. We know that we are expanding. We know that we are going. We just don't know what we are expanding to. We don't know what we are going to become for sure and on what level. All that we need to really understand is that this is a time for you to shine, Cancer. Let the sun set on the old ways, your old stories, your old beliefs, and forge ahead towards that bright light, that beautiful sunset. Let that warmth come across your face to be the comfort in knowing that no matter where you end up, that you are always surrounded and supported by your spirit family. In your work, career, and finance, we have the Ace of Swords and the Five of Swords. Lots of thinking, lots of air, lots of swords. With the Ace of Swords, when you are able to embrace this chick, I mean, look at her. She's like, yep, here I am. And you can use that sword to cut out some of the shit from your life that is no longer serving you, to perhaps cut out certain people in your life who no longer offer an even energy exchange. We begin to find that new beginning. We can see it off in the distance. Sure, the details might not be clear, but we know it's there. So you need not fear. Just take that leap and use the sword. With the Five of Swords, do you see how quickly it progresses from I either need to use my sword and cut this shit out, or I'm going to be sat on my ass once again and have all these swords kind of hanging over me, threatening me, blocking me. So who is it? Who is always getting in your way? Or who is always putting up those roadblocks? Is it you? Is it perhaps a work situation that you know has kind of run its course and lost its flavor? Perhaps you only think that these people are doing this. We can only have as much power over someone as they allow. So are you allowing them to put up the roadblocks? Are you filling up the city trucks so they can come out with the road department and put up those blocks? Are you putting their gas in? Airing up their tires? Be careful who you give your power to. And a good way to do that is by picking your battles wisely. Sometimes I guess we do have to take a seat. We need to take a time out. We need to be sure that we really do need to pounce, that we need to use our swords. Sometimes it's as simple as facing the reality of the fear of expansion, the fear of moving forward has prevented us from moving forward, and swallowing that really big pill of I am my own roadblock For your guys' love and romantic relationships, we have creativity, healing, and balance. We, your angelic messengers, are here to help unleash the endless creative potential that you possess. Listen to the whispers of love inside your heart as we communicate with you through feelings and emotions. Let go of that fear. Let go of the apprehension and express the endless source of creativity that you possess. Have fun and allow the inner child within you to express your true essence. All is valid. Listen to your heart. Love is the greatest healer. It has the capacity to balance and to heal your emotions, thoughts, and your perceptions, which in turn will heal you physically. Your angels are here with you and will help dissolve any of your fears. Trust in the power of love to guide you, and your life will magically transform. This card is confirmation that healing is occurring right now. Difference is necessary, and it's necessary for that human evolution. Everything in life is comprised of opposites, which together make life whole. If you light a candle in a room that is already flooded with light, the light of your candle would be indistinguishable. Because of darkness, we are able to perceive light, which makes both necessary. Let your candle shine brightly. Embrace the darkness. When we lose power in a snowstorm, or an ice storm, or in a thunderstorm, we are left with whatever battery power we have on our handheld cellular device and ourselves. And it's during those times that we realize how much we have really separated, really distanced ourselves from what it is that we enjoy. It's almost like we have a permanent distraction all the time, and you don't know what to do with yourself. Find yourself, love yourself, use that creativity that's within you. I want to give you guys a little something special. I haven't done this for anyone else, but I have postcards from Spirit, and the card that you guys have says, "Dearest you, we have something exciting to share with you. You are a manifesting master, and you don't even know it. There will always be enough of everything that you need in your life. Money, opportunities, love, kindness. So whatever you are asking guidance about, have faith and be open to the many ways in which you will experience prosperity. Spirit is the source of your supply. The universe is always reflecting back to you what you believe. So whenever you fall into insecurity, you will be shown an illusion as if your fear were real. But the truth is that the abundance is your natural state. If you can imagine something consistently as truth, you can and will create it. You are so on the right path. Keep believing. Then the seeing happens. Loving you more and more every day. We create our own realities, Cancer. Manifest a magical fucking life with everything that you ever dreamed of. I hope that you guys have had a wonderful month so far. I am always here if you need me. All that shit is in the description box below. Thank you for all of you who did not unsubscribe. For those who stuck with me, even though I was unable to get readings out for a while. And I love you so much. I will see you guys again in December. Until then, bye-bye.